Well, today we're in the book of Lamentations. We're going to be in chapter 2 today. And the title of this chapter really is The Lord Has Destroyed Without Pity. How the Lord is in his anger has set the daughters of Zion under a cloud. He has cast down from heaven to earth the splendor of Israel. He has not remembered his footstool in the days of his anger. The Lord has swallowed up without mercy all the inhabitants of Jacob. In his wrath he has broken down the strongholds of the daughters of Judah, and has brought down to the ground his dishonor, the kingdoms and its rulers. It has cut down in fierce anger all the might of Israel. He has withdrew from them his right hand in the face of the enemy. He has burned like a flaming fire in Jacob, consuming all around. He has bent his bow like an enemy, with his right hand sets like a foe. He has killed all who has delightful in our eyes. In our tents of the daughters of Zion, he has poured out his fury like fire. The Lord has become like an enemy. He has swallowed up Israel. He has swallowed up all the places. He has laid in ruin its strongholds. He has multiplied in the daughters of Judah mourning and lamentations. He has laid waste his booth like a garden, laid in ruin his meeting place. The Lord has made Zion forget festivals and Sabbaths, and in his fury, indignation, and spurred kings and priests. The Lord has scorned his altar, dis, disowned his sanctuary. He has delivered into the hands of the enemy the walls of his palace. They raised a clamor and clamored in the house of the Lord, as on the day of fiesta. The Lord determines to lay in ruin the walls of the daughters of Zion. He stretched out the measuring line. He did not restrain his hand from destroying. He caused rampage and the walls of lament, the languish together. Her gates have sunk into the ground. He has ruined and broken her bars. Her kings and princes are among the nations. The law is no more, and her prophets find no vision in the Lord. The elders of the daughters of Zion sit on the ground in silence. They have thrown dust on their heads and put on sackcloth. The young women of Jerusalem have bowed their heads to the ground. My eyes are spent with weeping. My stomach churns, and my ribs is poured out to the ground because of the destruction of the daughters of my people, because infants and babies faint in the streets of the city. They cry to their mothers, "Where is bread and wine?" as they faint like a wounded man in the streets of the cities, as their life is poured out on their mother's bosom. What can I say for you to what compared you, O daughters of Jerusalem? What can I liken to you that may comfort you, O virgin daughters of Zion? for your ruin is vast as the sea. Who can heal you? Your prophets have seen for you false and deceptive visions. They have not exposed your iniquities to restore your fortunes, but have seen for your oracles that are false and misleading. All who pass along the way clap their hands at you, and hiss and wag their heads at the daughters of Jerusalem. Is this city that is called the perfection of beauty, the joy of all the earth? Your enemies rag against you. They hiss, they gnash their teeth. Their their cry, we have swallowed her. Ah, this is the day we long for. Now we have seen it. We have seen it. The Lord has done what he purposed. He has carried out his word, which he commanded long ago. He has thrown down without pity. He has made the enemy rejoice over you and exalt the mighty over your foe. The heart cries to the Lord, O walls of the daughters of Zion. Let tears stream down like a torrent, day and night. Give yourself no rest, your eyes no reprise. Arise, cry out in the night. At the beginning of the night watch, pour out your heart like water before the presence of the Lord. Lift your hands to him for the lives of your children who faint for hunger, and the heads of every street. Look, the Lord, and see, with whom have you dealt thus? Should women eat the fruits of their womb, the children of their tender care? Should priests and prophets be killed? In the sanctuary of the Lord, in the dust of the street, lie the young and the old. My young women and my young men have fallen by the sword. You have killed them in the day of your anger, slaughtering without pity. You're summoned as if to a festive day. My terror on every side, and on the day of my anger of the Lord, no one escapes or survives. Those who I held and raised my enemy destroyed. And that completes the reading of chapter 2 of Lamentations.